Hi everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima, hope you're all doing well, and in this video I want to talk about my top 12 best incense fragrances. And technically I have here 15 fragrances. I have a couple of two-way ties, so well, I have 15, but I will just mention them as a top 12, and it will be in a specific order. Now, I didn't always enjoy incense fragrances. I always enjoyed incense. I always loved to burn incense sticks, and I loved the smell that they would leave in the air, and love that zen, that introspective, that meditation that comes across burning incense. But imagining myself wearing incense on my skin, it was a bit weird in the beginning, and I think I tried very heavy incense fragrances way too early on my fragrance journey. Now, I don't recall exactly what fragrances I tried back then, but I do recall that they were very heavy in that churchy incense, and for me it was overwhelming, and I just couldn't see myself wearing that type of fragrance. Now, I actually enjoyed that churchy incense. All my family is Catholic, so I really enjoyed that smell, but to wear, it was a bit daring for me. But now, that I'm much more experienced on my nose, of course, now I absolutely love this note. I learned to appreciate the incense as a fragrance note. I absolutely love this fragrance, and now I have 15 incense-based scents. Now, incense is a substance that it's used to burn and to produce a fragrant smell, and incense actually comes from the Latin word to burn, and so incense has been used since ancient times in ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and they all used to burn incense in religious practices and meditation. And since then to this day, incense is commonly used in those events, and to feel more zen, to feel more like a peace of mind, peace of spirit. And I absolutely love incense because of that, because of how it makes me feel. And the most commonly used raw materials in incense-based scents are olibanum, of course, or frankincense. It's also known as frankincense, myrrh, labdanum, and opoponax. So these are all resins that helps to enhance the incense qualities in the fragrance. I think the highest quality of olibanum comes from Somalia. There's a specific tree in Somalia, which I don't recall the name, that you chop off just a bit of that tree, and then when it starts to heal, it creates this resin that then it's olibanum in the end. I think it's the highest quality, comes from Somalia. I never tried that type of incense, unfortunately. Hope someday, we'll see. But and then you have labdanum. Labdanum is the most used note to create this amber accord. Usually it's very sticky, gooey, very resinous. And usually incense fragrances, they are smoky, they are nutty, they are resinous, balsamic, of course, and they are very mysterious. So I have here 15 fragrances, but I will do this as a top 12 because, again, I have a couple of ties, and the ties are from the same brand, as you will see. So coming in the number 12 spot, it's a fragrance from the house of Guerlain, and we are starting big here because I absolutely love this fragrance. I think this fragrance is a masterpiece. Number 12, well, I will explain. The fragrance is Encens Mythique. This is a masterpiece. Again, I absolutely love this. This was love at first sniff. This fragrance was my first perfume purchase from this collection of Guerlain, from the Les Absolus d'Orchids. Wow, this fragrance is magical. Now, why this is just a number 12? Because this doesn't have incense. So this has rose, this has aldehydes, and this has a lot of ambergris. And for me, this is the best ambergris perfume that I ever tried. So this is all about that salty, buttery, sticky ambergris, so realistic and has a real natural feel. With the sparkliness from the aldehydes, it has like this delicate nuance from the rose. It's stunning. And the blend of all of these notes, they give an incense impression. And so that's why this is called Encens Mythique, mysterious incense. This fragrance is quite mysterious, but the incense, it's an impression that comes from the blend of all of these notes. And actually I can see that incensey, smoky impression, but yes, it's not a real, true, powerful incense. Nonetheless, fantastic scent right here. Just number 12, because again, doesn't have incense. It's more of an impression from all these perfume notes blends, but nonetheless, it's a fantastic scent. Number 12 has an incense, but number 1 has an ambergris fragrance. So Encens Mythique from Guerlain in the number 12 spot. Now in the number 11 spot from the house of Carner, Barcelona, and this is another fantastic scent. It is Botafumero. Botafumero is outstanding. This was released in 2018, and this fragrance has much more things going on than just incense. It's quite complex, if I would say, but it's very subtle and so smooth and so addictive. So this has Italian bergamot. It's quite zesty, zingy, creamy, quite nutty. This has styrax. Again, this doesn't have incense as an official note, but this has all the resins. This has styrax, this has nutmeg, this has, although it's not a resin, this has labdanum, this has woodsy notes. So it's again the blend of all of these notes that recreate the incense. Like you're burning myrrh, you're burning styrax, you're burning labdanum. So all of these resins, nuances, helps to enhance the incense accord. It's stunning. I really love this one. This really has that smoky feel in here. It's again nutty, creamy, woodsy, resinous. It's smooth, it's very addictive, very relaxing, quite seductive, if I would say. I love this. This is perfect for fall. I think this screams fall time. It's Botafumero from Carner, Barcelona. Now coming in the number 10 spot, it's a designer from Zadig and Voltaire, and it is This Is Him. Now you all know how much I love this fragrance. I already talked about this a lot in this channel. I already did the review of this one also. This for me is one of the best date night fragrances, and I absolutely love this scent. Man, this is fantastic. The most prominent notes here are black pepper, incense, and sandalwood. I have a hint of vanilla in here, but definitely it's all about spices, mostly black pepper, incense, and sandalwood. Very spicy. Like in the opening, this is a bit piercing because of the pepperiness, but that quickly fades away, and then you have this beautiful incense and lots of that dry, dusty sandalwood with a hint of a creamy, sweet vanilla. This is quite seductive, very alluring, very addictive. It has even a bad boy feel also. I absolutely love this. I love the incense in here. That's why it's featured in this video. And this is very unique for a designer. It's very well blended, very well done. I mean, stunning job right here from Zadig and Voltaire. This Is Him, number 10 spot. Now coming in the number 9 spot, it's from the house of Loewe, and this is the First Tie. And these two are from the same line also. So I already talked about one of these fragrances, and it is the first one, Loewe 7 Anonimo, or Loewe 7 Anonimo, and Loewe 7 Natural, or Loewe 7 Natural. So this was featured on one of my latest videos, my fragrance haul. I purchased this one this year, and this one, Loewe 7 Anonimo, I already talked about here and there. These two are flankers from the original Loewe 7 or Loewe 7, and these two, you can see that, well, for sure they will be quite different. This will be more light, this will be more heavy, and of course it is like that. But these two fragrances are fantastic. They are quite unique. The only similarity that they have, it's the frankincense. So starting with this one, of course you can see it's dark, this dark matte finish. Actually, I really like how the bottle feels in hand. But this one is all about benzoin, frankincense, leather, cedar wood. This is quite resinous, woodsy, leathery, balsamic, very unique, very long lasting. This is an eau de parfum concentration, and it's very smooth, doesn't have rough edges in here, very well blended. And the incense here, it's definitely the most prominent note. This is quite masculine in my opinion. And man, this is fantastic, quite mysterious, quite seductive, has some sweetness in here, because this also has, I don't know if it's tonka bean or vanilla, but this definitely has some kind of sweetness underneath the resins. But man, this is dark, this is balsamic, this is resinous, leathery. Love this one. And this fragrance right here, it's very unique because basically this is incense for the summertime. So this has bitter orange, this has yuzu, and lots of frankincense. So good, very zesty. This is, yeah, this has a bitterness in here. It's tart and lots of incense. I absolutely love this this fragrance because of the unique part. I never smelled anything like this before, and literally this is incense for the summertime. I still don't know how this performs. I know that this one, Loewe 7 Anonimo, performs really well. This one is an eau de toilette. I still don't know how it performs, but when it starts to warm up, I will definitely use this much more often. So both are fantastic incense fragrances from a designer, Spanish designer brand. So I mean, really very well done here, very unique, both of these, and both are very well blended. Great incense used in both of these fragrances, Loewe 7 Anonimo and Loewe 7 Natural. Now coming in the number 8 spot, it's from House of Tiziana Terenzi, and it is Laudano Nero. Now Laudano Nero, for me, it's a must-have during the winter season. This, for me, it's one of the best fragrances from Tiziana Terenzi. I absolutely love this. Man, this is so good. This is all about incense, but has much more things going on. This is often compared with Black Afgano from Nasomato, and I can see the comparison. But this one, it's a bit sweeter. This one, it's more resinous and boozy. This has cognac, a very strong cognac accord right from the opening. And then you have lots of resinous touches. You have myrrh, you have a pulponax, you have styrax, you have oud, you have lots of frankincense. This one also has like an ashy impression. This is very dark. And that's the biggest similarity between this one and Black Afgano. Both are very dark, intense, opulent fragrances. Man, this is incredible. Great incense in here, although this is more gooey, more resinous, a bit sweeter. The frankincense is definitely here, but it's not as dry as some of the fragrances that I will mention later on this video, but still great fragrance, great incense in here. fantastic, quite smoky, dark, ashy fragrance, and still boozy. One of my all-time favorites, actually, and again, this is a must-have in terms of dark, heavy fragrances. It's L'Albano Nero from Tiziana Terenzi. It's in the number 8 spot. Now coming in the number 7 spot, it's from the house of Serge Lutens, and it is Fille en Anguille. This one right here is borderline masterpiece, and you can see how much I already wore this fragrance. This one is a staple for Christmas period. This smells like Christmas. This has pine tree, this pine tree accord with lots of incense. This literally smells like you are under a Christmas tree with lots of incense around you. Man, this is so good, so cozy, so enveloping, so comfortable, and I absolutely love this fragrance. Fille en Anguille from Serge Lutens. It's a different take on incense. It's not churchy, and it also doesn't smell like you're burning frankincense or you're burning other type of resins. No, this really smells like you are under a Christmas tree with lots of incense sticks around you. Amazing. I love this fragrance. It's again Fille en Anguille from Serge Lutens. Nowadays you will not find in this bottle presentation, in this 50 ml bottle presentation. I think now you have the that black 100 ml bottle size, and it's much more expensive. I think now the price tag is 260 euros if I'm not mistaken. The price now it's a bit steep, unfortunately, but still, if you can find a great deal, check this one out. Fille en Anguille from Serge Lutens. It's one of the best from the brand, and overall Serge Lutens has a lot of fantastic oriental fragrances. So again, Fille en Anguille, number 7 spot. Now coming in the number 6 spot, this is another tie, and these two fragrances are from the same house, from Stephane, Humbert, Luca. And the first one is Mortal Skin. Gorgeous looking bottle. I mean, some of you might find this a bit tacky, but I really love the bottle presentation of Mortal Skin. The other one is Black Gemstone. I'm sorry, I think the label is a bit dirty. I'm sorry for that, but this is actually a fingerprint magnet. But I absolutely love also this dark bottle presentation. So these two fragrances are in the number 6 spot, and these two are fantastic, still quite different from each other. I already did a review of Mortal Skin. So Mortal Skin has blackberry, and it's very fruity and juicy, dark right from the opening. Oh man, it's so good. This is also has ink, black ink, which is actually quite prominent also. That gives this narcotic, venomous feel. This is also very heavy in the frankincense. You have also lots of styrax, myrrh. I have a hint of oud in here, but definitely this is all about blackberry. This is all about ink. This is all about frankincense, myrrh. Man, this is fantastic. This is very narcotic, again, very mysterious, very dark, very sensual. I love this one so much. This is very unique in my opinion, although this doesn't project all that much. This for me sits closer to my skin. It projects well in the first hour, but then sits closer to my skin and lasts through a very long time. This is a Eau de Parfum concentration. But again, this for me, I think it's more appropriate for more intimate scenarios, more close encounter situations overall. I absolutely love Mortal Skins. Feel free to check out my review of this fantastic scent. The other one is Black Gemstone, which I have yet to review. And Black Gemstone is one of the best resinous fragrances that I ever experienced. Wow. This is intoxicating. Unlike Mortal Skin, this one is nuclear. This will scream out of your skin. So this has lemon right from the opening. It's a very fizzy, effervescent start, but then quickly you have all the dark side coming through this fragrance. So you have lots of frankincense. This is quite smoky, very resinous. You have also tonka bean in the base and cedarwood. You have myrrh, you have a popanax, so you have lots of resins in here with frankincense and the sweetness from tonka bean in the base. This is very powerful. This is dark, this is opulent, this is regal. If you want to stand out, black gemstone, man. And I absolutely love the bottle presentation. I mean, seriously, just from the look of this bottle, you see that you will get a bomb, a resinous bomb. And the frankincense here, it's fantastic. High quality scent, in my opinion. So black gemstone from Stephane, Humbert, Lucas, and Mortal Skin, both in the number 6 spot. Now we are in the top 5, and in the number 5 spot from the house of Italie d'Orange, and it is Rien Intense Encens. This fragrance is another nuclear fragrance. I mean, you can see by the looks of this bottle presentation, you know that this will be daring, this will be bold, this will be animalic. This has a lot of incense. I also have the original Rien, which is more wearable than this one. This, man, this is dry. There's no sweet edges whatsoever. It's dry, it's intense. It's incense to the max with leather, and the leather here creates an animalic feel with lots of aldehydes. Man, this fragrance is very intense and very daring, but one of the best incense fragrances out there. Rien Intense Encens. I mean, if you're searching for a powerhouse, an incense powerhouse, check no more. This one is the way to go. Italie d'Orange, Rien Intense Encens. Now coming in the number 4 spot from house of James Heeley. And this is a recent acquisition of mine. This was featured on my first fragrance haul of this year, and it is Cardinal. And this is very well known. This was released, I think, in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a staple for incense lovers. This is a light, churchy incense. This has white linen, and the white linen here, I think it helps. This accord, it's quite interesting because I never smell it, but I think it helps to enhance the casual, relaxing effect of this fragrance and the lightness of this fragrance. And the incense here, again, you have some citruses also, but definitely the churchy incense that it's in here, it wears light. I mean, it's definitely here and it's prominent, and this one has good performance, but it's not as heavy, not as intense as some other fragrances that I will still mention. Nonetheless, it's a fantastic scent. I absolutely love this. This is quite wearable, very versatile, and very soothing, very calming, and very intriguing. I really love this one. And if you're searching for an incense fragrance for the first time, if you want to dive into incense fragrances, I think this is a fantastic starter. It's, again, Cardinal from James Heeley, and I really like the bottle presentation. Now coming in the number 3 spot, these two fragrances, again, it's a tie, it's the last tie of this list, from the house of Amouage. And of course, if you are talking about incense, we need to talk about Amouage fragrances. The first fragrance that I have here from Amouage is the Blue Beast Interlude Man, and the other one is Memoir Man. These two fragrances are the best incense fragrances from Amouage. Now, Amouage has a lot of frankincense fragrances in their collection, but I consider these two to be the very best in their collection in terms of frankincense, of course. This one doesn't need any introduction, interlude. I mean, we already have two flankers released last year. I have yet to try those flankers, but the original is so good, so good. You have oregano, so you have this spicy herbal nuance with lots of incense, lots of myrrh, lots of oud, labdanum, opoponax. This is quite smoky and comes across as like a campfire in a bottle. But nonetheless, I absolutely love this. It really feels like you are burning frankincense. I absolutely love this fragrance. It's not just frankincense. It seems that you are burning all the resins and oud all in one cup. Man, this fragrance is incredible. I mean, it's one of the best from Amouage and very long lasting. The other one is Memoir Man, which is underrated, quite underrated, from the house of Amouage. And although we have this dark bottle presentation, this is still quite green. Now, you have mint in here. Oh, man, but this is so good. You have mint, you have patchouli, so hence the green parts of this fragrance. But this is also very strong in a frankincense. Very strong. This is quite damp. This really smells like you are deep in the dark forest, with again lots of frankincense around you, but not incense sticks burning, but real olibanum burning. This is very mysterious, quite heavy again, woodsy, damp, green, and still dark. It's quite dark after all. This really smells like you are in the dark forest. Very mysterious. I really love this one. One of the best from Amouage, and I love the frankincense in here. Actually, I even feel that the frankincense here feels more real than in here, because here you have lots of notes going on. You have oud, you have myrrh, you have styrax, you have the oregano, you have, I mean, a lot of notes in here. But of course, the frankincense is also quite prominent in here. But here, it's the most prominent note. And so that's why it feels more real, let's say. But I absolutely love this fragrance. Memoir Man and Interlude Man, both in the number 3 spot. Now coming in the number 2 spot, it's from House of Robert Piguet, and this is a staple for incense fragrance lovers, and it is Casbah. Casbah is the reason why I was mentioning that this feels more light than other fragrances that I will mention. It's this one. So the frankincense used in here is the same that it's used in here, but here in Casbah feels much more heavy. Here it's definitely all about this intense churchy incense. But also you have aromatic facets. You have like a fougère impression right from the opening. This is again very dry, cold, and very introspective, very melancholic. Man, but this is fantastic. I mean, it's one of the very best fragrances that you can try in terms of incense, especially churchy incense. This has a natural feel. This is realistic, very well blended, and very intense. I absolutely love this fragrance, Casbah. It's not for everyone, because after all, this is not very versatile because of that heavy, very intense, cold, dry, churchy incense. But if you enjoy that type of fragrance, I think this one is definitely a must-have. So Casbah, for me, it's a more intensified, the most melancholic, the most introspective version of Cardinal from James Heeley. High quality incense right here. Man, quite liturgic actually. love Casbah from Robert Piguet in a number 2 spot. Now, I think I didn't mention this already, but unfortunately I don't have 2 fragrances that are more or less like a staple when we are also talking about incense, and it's from Comme des Garçons, Avignon and Kyoto. Also Zagorsk, I think it's the name. These 3 fragrances are fantastic. On my wish list I have Avignon and Kyoto. Those 2 fragrances are incredible in terms of incense based scents. These are almost classics for incense fragrance lovers, but unfortunately I don't have them yet on my collection. I hope to add them to my collection sometime soon, but well, for the sake of this video I don't have them, so I just wanted to let that aside. Number 1 spot. This is the very best fragrance when you're talking about incense. I mean, seriously, this for me, it's the very best. From the house of Profumum Roma, and it is Olibanum. Olibanum, well, like the name implies, it's all about Olibanum, it's all about incense. This, wow, you can't be more realistic, you can't be more natural than this. And more intense, and more long-lasting, and all Profumum Roma fragrances are highly concentrated. You all know how much I love this house, and this fragrance is incredible. This really smells like you're burning frankincense in the best way possible. You also have myrrh in here, and you have some light citruses in the opening, but this is all about this smoky, resinous nuances. I mean, so long lasting, good projection in the first hour, but then sets closer to my skin, at least again in my skin. On my skin this sets closer after that initial hour, but it will last and last. This is highly concentrated again, and you can't find, at least in my opinion, of course, you can't find anything more natural, more realistic than Olibanum when we are talking about incense fragrances. Man, this is to die for. It has like also a nutty feel in here. Man, it's so zen, so soothing, calming. Every time I want to feel more comfortable, more with that meditation feel, I want to wear this. I will wear this. This is incredible. This is fantastic. This is the best in terms of incense fragrances. This is for me the best, the most realistic out of all fragrances that I experienced so far. Olibanum from Profumum Roma is the best so far. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below if you love incense fragrances. Tell me what is your favorite, or what are your favorite incense fragrances. Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys, and see you in the next video. Stay safe. Ciao.